All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're unpacking a really powerful story about focus. You know, that thing we all seem to be fighting for these days. It's a parable about how to tame that wild beast inside our own heads so we can actually get things done. It's a good one, so let's get into it.
This line, right here, this is the heart of the entire story. It's some advice from a father to his son, and man, does it nail the challenge we're talking about. It perfectly captures that untamed, powerful, and, let's be honest, often chaotic nature of our own minds.
So, let's meet the hero of our story. He's a bright young boy named Kabir. And like a lot of us, Kabir was smart. He was full of potential, but he was being held back by one single massive problem.
Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. Kabir's mind was just constantly on the move. He couldn't anchor it. One second he's trying to read a book, and the next he's thinking about a game or what his friends are doing. He had the desire. He wanted to do important things, but his focus was completely out of his control. And this really shows you the battle that was going on inside his head. On one side, you've got his goals, what he wants to be doing. And then on the other side, you see where his mind actually goes, to his phone, his friends, literally anything but the task right in front of him. The key here isn't that he lacked ambition. It's that he lacked control. So Kabir's father sees this struggle and decides it's time to get some help. He takes Kabir to a wise old teacher, a Guruji, who is known for helping young people find their way. And this, right here, is where the story takes a really fascinating turn. No big lectures, no complicated theories, just a glass of water, and a command that sounds deceptively simple. Walk around the garden, and whatever you do, do not spill a single drop. Seems easy enough, right? Well, as Kabir starts his walk, the world just comes alive. You know how it is. Birds are chirping, leaves are rustling in the wind, other kids are laughing and playing nearby. And every single time his attention got pulled away by one of those sounds, even for just a second, a little water spilled from the glass. By the time he got back to the Guruji, half the glass was empty. And boom, that's the lesson. The Guruji explains it perfectly. The glass, he says, represents your goal, whatever it is you're trying to achieve. The water inside, that's your focus, your attention. And all that noise, all those distractions, that's the world trying to make you spill it. If you don't discipline your mind to stay on the glass, you're going to lose all your water before you ever reach your destination. And for Kabir, it was like a light bulb went off. He finally got it. This wasn't some personality flaw he was stuck with, it was a skill he could actually build. So he started the real work, the small, daily practice of training his own mind. Let's take a look at what that actually involved. Now, he didn't try to change everything all at once. He just started with these small, consistent actions, waking up at the same time every day. That wasn't just about a schedule. It was about telling that wild horse in his mind who was in charge right from the start. Limiting his phone? Well, that was just reducing the number of shiny objects that could spook the horse. And giving his full attention to just one task, that was like teaching the horse to walk a straight line, one single step at a time. And this part is absolutely crucial. This was not an overnight fix. Not at all. His mind, that wild horse, it still tried to bolt. But the key was that now, every single time it wandered, he would gently but firmly pull it back. The real victory wasn't in never getting distracted. The victory was in getting better and faster at returning to his focus. So days turn into weeks, and slowly but surely Kabir starts to see real, tangible results. All that difficult daily work of pulling the reins back was starting to pay off, and in a really big way. You can actually see the progress right here. In the early days, yeah, the struggle was real. But after just a few weeks, he notices his memory is getting better. His grades start going up. And then, 1 year later, all that discipline leads him to a title he never would have thought possible, national champion. This competition was basically the perfect storm for a distracted mind. We're talking complex problems, intense time pressure. This was the final exam for Kabir's entire year of mental training. So as the competition starts, a lot of the other students just start to panic. The pressure gets to them. But Kabir, he stays calm. He remembers that glass of water. He just focuses on one question at a time, blocking out all the noise, and methodically works his way through the problems. His discipline had become his superpower. When the results were announced, it wasn't even close. Kabir was declared the winner. He had actually done it. That restless bird that used to be in his mind was now a focused eagle. And his victory proved the ultimate lesson of this whole story. Kabir showed everyone that a trained, disciplined mind can overcome pretty much any obstacle. It's a force that's more powerful than natural talent, more reliable than pure luck, and even more effective than raw intelligence.
Look, Kabir's story is incredible, but it isn't just about him. It's a roadmap. It's a lesson for every single one of us who feels like our attention is being pulled in a million different directions every day. So, I'm going to ask you the same question the Guruji asked Kabir. What's your goal? What's that precious thing that you're trying to carry without spilling? Is it a work project? A relationship you want to improve? A skill you want to learn? What is in your glass of water?
Because here's the most empowering part of this whole thing. Just like Kabir, you don't have to wait for some perfect moment. The journey to mastering your own mind, to taming that wild horse, it can start right now. Your next chapter begins the moment you decide to begin.